Okay, so our topic today, hello body, let's be friends. Just a little about me. My name is Danielle. I am a psychotherapist here in California, licensed clinical social worker, sex therapist, and I'm currently working on my PhD in sexology. Been with Pineapple Support for a little over a year, and it's been great. So just want to do some gratitude. Thank you for having me here, Pineapple Support, and then also to everyone, just thank you for taking the time to be here as well. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about body image and what is that like, and just the word and how we throw that around. So body image really just refers to a person's subjective perception of their own body. So it could be different from how your body actually appears. So it's your own internal idea of what your body looks like. And it generates feelings and thoughts and behaviors that are related to body image that can really impact your mental health and how you treat yourself overall. So when does this start to formulate? How do we get this idea of body image? What does that look like? And it really starts at a very early age. And one of the studies said 50% of girls and nearly 33% of boys between the ages of 6 and 8 felt that their ideal body weight was less than their current weight. So they believed that what they were wasn't good enough and that they should be less than, their weight should be less than what it was. And then the results also revealed that 25% of kids had tried some type of dieting behavior by the age of 7. So I have a little video, it's a couple of minutes long, that I wanted to share with everyone on body image. You're disgusting.
Maybe just time to accept that you're fat.
Why are you so manly? I'm probably not as nice to myself as I would with other people.
I'm very critical of myself, but I might focus on the smallest things, smallest changes.
I criticize myself for not being similar. Are you? Hi, my name's Ashley Camilla.
How's it going, man? Alex, you alright, Rory? And you?
You have anxiety. You'll never be good enough. You're horrible to look at. No one likes you. Yeah.
Right, so you're putting on 2 pounds until everything is definitely taken down. You know, your trousers are getting a bit tight as well. I'm sure it wasn't that way 2 weeks ago. Yeah, that happened to you. How do you allow that to happen? It's brutal because these are the kind of things I'll say to myself.
Why aren't you pretty enough? What's wrong with you?
That t-shirt that you're wearing, I wouldn't wear that again if I were you, ever. I mean, the arms, sleeves are far too loose on your arms. They look ridiculously small. And that stomach, that's making me feel sick just having to look at it in the mirror, let alone making someone else look at it. You look absolutely disgusting.
You're too big. You're not feminine enough. You look like a man. Why are you so dark No one's gonna love you. Why you not like her? You're so disgusting to look at. You should never take pictures. No one wants to see that face. Your face doesn't belong in front of a camera. Your hair's kinky, snappy, ugly. You need to straighten it. Look pretty. Look attractive. Oh, that was heartbreaking. Oh, oh gosh. Starting for like the children on that. Yeah. That was strange. When you spoke about randomly, it like proper touched a nerve with me. I would look at you and never think that you feel that way about yourself. And you said that the same thing to me. So it's like really interesting to see that everybody has their own insecurities and some people want to be taller, slimmer, bigger. People could be a lot kinder to themselves. The stuff that we tend to focus on is really insignificant. Instead of running yourself into the ground and constantly critiquing yourself, look into some words of positivity, you know, okay, I like my hair today.
No one should have to put themselves through basically what we say to each other. We should both be really happy with how we look. I mean, let's be honest, like, you look great now. It's like, you're like, came in there and I was like, oh, that. You can't possibly compare yourself to someone else. As cliche as it sounds, everyone is beautiful in their own way. Okay, so how about like say we promise to need an effort to try and be kinder to ourselves? Yeah? 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 Works for me? Yeah?
Okay. How was that? Watching that for everybody. And I realize I can't see the chat without sharing it. So I don't know if we have participant feedback, but just any thoughts on that? When I watched it, it was every time I watch it, I get a little emotional on just how we view ourselves and how hard we are on ourselves. Okay. So body positivity, that is a term that's been thrown around a lot lately, and people hear this a lot. What is body positivity? It's an assertion that people deserve to have a positive body image, regardless of how society or popular culture view ideal shape, size, and appearance. So some of the goals of this movement is challenging how society views the body, promoting the acceptance of all bodies, helping people build their confidence, acceptance of their own body, addressing unrealistic body standards. One of the major goals of body positivity is to address some of the ways that body image influences our mental health and our overall well-being. So having a healthy body image plays a role in how people feel about their appearance and even how we can judge our self-worth. So research has shown that negative body images are associated with an increased risk for mental health conditions such as depression and eating disorders. And then there was one study that discussed even brief exposure to media messages portraying this quote unquote ideal physique was linked to increased body image concerns and increased eating disorder symptoms. So just brief exposure can even have an impact. And then there's a term called body neutrality. So if body positivity is a tough concept to get, let's switch over to body neutrality. And it's kind of the middle road approach between body positivity and body negativity. So it's an approach that leans towards the belief that it doesn't matter if you think your body's beautiful or not. Your value is not tied to your body, nor does your happiness depend on what you look like. So a body positive approach says you're beautiful no matter what, period. So here's a little breakdown on the difference between the two. So body positive would say, I feel good about myself because I know I'm beautiful. And then a body neutral stance would be, how I feel about myself has nothing to do with my appearance. So there's a slight shift, and I'm not sure where you stand with it, if you are more leaning towards body positivity or body neutral, or it's kind of a spectrum. Maybe you're in between, or one day you're feeling more neutral, the other day you're feeling more positive. It's okay to find where you stand on that. So what does it mean? What do I mean when I say let's be friends? Be friends with your body. So just some thoughts, some questions to kind of keep in mind as we go through this presentation briefly together. Are you friends with your body? Do you like being in your body physically? Do you like how your body feels when you do some fun physical activity, when you're relaxed with friends, listening to music, maybe taking a bath? How about when you're eating? When you have a good night's sleep, when you're feeling rested? How about how do you speak? Do you speak kindly about your body like you would a close friend? So just some things to keep in mind. So I want you to take a second and I'm going to ask you, how do you personally feel about your body? What are the things that you love about your body? And then what are things that you hate or dislike about your body? And hate is such a strong word, but there are people that hate their body or parts of their body. But what are some things that you actually love about your body? And is one of these questions easier to answer or quicker to come to mind than the other? So just take a couple minutes and think, what are things that you love about your body? Maybe jot them down, keep them in the back of your mind. And then what are things that you are not happy with, that you're dissatisfied with? So I have a video, it's a little bit longer, by a model, by Cameron Russell. And I thought it was important because she is out there and is a model, and she talks about her own insecurity. So I won't play the whole video because it is longer, but I'll give a brief snippet, and then feel free to go to YouTube and watch the rest of it on your own time. But just briefly, we'll go into that real quick.
Hi, my name is Cameron Russell, and for the last little while, I've been a model, actually for 10 years. And I feel like there's an uncomfortable tension in the room right now because I should not have worn this dress. So luckily, I brought an outfit change. This is the first outfit change on the TED stage, so you guys are pretty lucky to witness it, I think. Some of the women were really horrified when I came out. You don't have to tell me now, but I'll find out later on Twitter. I'd also note that I'm quite privileged to be able to transform what you think of me in a very brief 10 seconds. Not everybody gets to do that. These feels are very uncomfortable, so good thing I was in it. The worst part is putting this sweater over my head because that's when you'll laugh at me. So don't do anything while it's over my head. So why did I do that? That was awkward. Well, hopefully not as awkward as that picture. Image is powerful, but also image is superficial. I just totally transformed what you thought of me in 6 seconds. And in this picture, I had actually never had a boyfriend in real life. I was totally uncomfortable, and the photographer was telling me to arch my back and put my hand in that guy's hair. Of course, barring surgery or the fake tan that I got 2 days ago for work, there's very little that we can do to transform how we look. And how we look, though it is superficial and immutable, has a huge impact on our lives. So today, for me, being fearless means being honest. And I am on this stage because I'm a model. I'm on this stage because I'm a pretty white woman. In my industry, we call that a sexy girl. And I'm going to answer the questions that you've always asked me, but with an honest twist. So the first question is, how do you become a model? And I always just say, oh, I was scouted, but that means nothing. The real way that I became a model is I won a genetic lottery, and I am the recipient of a legacy. And maybe you're wondering, what is a legacy? Well, for the past 2 centuries, we have defined beauty not just as health and youth and symmetry that we're biologically programmed to admire, but also as tall, slender figures and femininity and white skin. And this is a legacy that was built for me, and it's a legacy that I've been cashing out on. And I know there are people in the audience who are skeptical at this point, and maybe there are some fashionistas who are like, wait, Naomi, Tyra, Joan Smalls, Lou Wen, and first, I commend you on your model, Melanie, very impressive. But unfortunately, I have to inform you that in 2007, a very inspired NYU PhD student counted all the models on the runway, every single one that was hired, and of the 677 models that were hired, only 27, or less than 4%, were non-white. The next question people always ask me is, can I be a model when I grow up? And the first answer is, I don't know, they don't put me in charge of that. But the second answer, and what I really want to say to these little girls, is why? You know, you can be anything. You could be the president of the United States, or the inventor of the next internet, or a ninja cardiothoracic surgeon poet, which would be awesome because you'd be the first one. If after this amazing list, they still are like, no, Cameron, I want to be a model. Well, then I say, be my boss, because I'm not in charge of anything. And you could be the editor-in-chief of American Vogue, or the CEO of H&M, or the next Stevie Meisel. Saying that you want to be a model when you grow up is akin to saying that you want to win the Powerball when you grow up. It's, you know, out of your control, and it's awesome, and it's not a career path. I will demonstrate for you now 10 years of accumulated model knowledge, because unlike cardiothoracic surgeons, it can just be distilled right into right now. So if the photographer is right there, and the light is right there like a nice HMI, and the client says, Cameron, we want a walking shot. Well, then this leg goes first, nice and long. This arm goes back. This arm goes forward. The head is at 3/4. And you just go back and forth. Just do that. And then you look back at your imaginary friends 300, 400, 500 times. It will look something like this. Hopefully less awkward than that one in the middle. I don't know what happened there. Unfortunately, after you've gone to school and you have a resume, and you've done a few jobs, you can't say anything anymore. So if you say you want to be the president of the United States, but your resume reads underwear model 10 years, people give you a funny look. The next question people always ask me is, do they retouch all the photos? And yeah, they pretty much retouch all the photos, but that is only a small component of what's happening. This picture is the very first picture that I ever took, and it's also the very first time that I had worn a bikini. And I didn't even have my period yet. I know we're getting personal, but you know, I was a young girl. This is what I looked like with my grandma just a few months earlier. Here's me on the same day as this shoot. My friend got to come with me. Here's me at a slumber party a few days before I shot French Vogue. Here's me on the soccer team and in V magazine. And here's me today. And I hope what you're seeing is that these pictures are not pictures of me. They are constructions. And they are constructions by professionals, by hairstylists and makeup artists and photographers and stylists and all of their assistants and pre-production and post-production. And they build this. That's not me.
So feel free to go check out the rest of that video, but just this construct that's created about body. What is it? What does society say? And she's sharing her story on, it's not who she is, right? It's an image, it's her job. But then that's a different side of her. But all of the things that take place in order for us to see on the other side what it looks like, what she looks like. And, you know, we internalize that and start thinking we need to look like this, or we need to look like that person. When in reality, that's not the case. That's taken many professionals, editing, different things to look like that. So let's talk about self-worth and self-confidence. So what's the difference? Self-worth, it's just it's our own value as a human being, and knowing that despite anything, despite everything, that we're worthy of love, we're worthy of being heard, we're worthy of joy. And then self-confidence is how you project yourself to others. It shouldn't be based on wealth or status or beauty. because all these things they can be taken away. And if you're basing it solely on those things, then you're going to fall short. You're always going to be chasing because someone's always going to have more. How about self-esteem? Self-esteem is how you see yourself on the inside, and it's invisible to the outside world. People think that they see self-esteem. When people think that they see self-esteem in another, they're actually seeing self-confidence. So self-esteem is really internal, and it doesn't come from any skills. It's just a result of who you are and maybe work that you've done to accept who you are. So now let's get into qualities of best friends. So your body, your best friend. And this concept of, can my body really be my best friend? Maybe it's an odd concept, but let's talk about 9 qualities of just in general, what a best friend quality might have. And then how do we flip that to start viewing our own body as our best friend? So we're going to talk about 9 qualities. And the first one is loyalty. So in general, best friends are loyal to one another. They stand up for each other. They defend each other to other people. They could even at times would go to war. They would go fight for their friend. When they say they'll show up for you, they follow through. They're there for you like no one else. They share secrets. They trust each other. They're kind of your chosen family, maybe your soul sister, your BFF. So let's try it. What's to flip it to our body? When it comes to being loyal to your body and treating it like a best friend, how is it going? Do you feel like the two of you show up for each other? Do you feel like your body shows up for you? Do you feel like you show up for your body? Do you follow through on promises? Do you stand up for your body? How can you update this part of your relationship? Perhaps if someone else takes your body for granted or says something negative, you can lovingly defend it or stand by it. What else? Think about some ways that you can be loyal to your body. Another quality, authenticity. With a best friend, you can be yourself. You allow the other person to be themselves 100%. Best friends are truthful, they're authentic, they see the real version of you. You might see your best friend at their worst. They might see you at your worst and you still love them, the unconditional love. You've seen all their colors because you know that it's safe to drop this facade. You don't have to be fake. You just show up who you are right now, and a genuine best friend will accept you, right? So let's switch it to the body. Are you letting the real you show up and shine when it comes to your body? Are there parts of yourself and your body that you're hiding? You can be really real with your body and observe it, get to know it as it is today, sitting here today, laying here today, wherever you're at listening to the presentation. Look at your body, right? Get to know it. What are your numbers? What's your bra size? What's your pant size? What's your weight? What is your everything? Maybe get to know your imperfections. Are there stretch marks? Do you have acne, any cellulite, any bruises, scars? How else can you observe your body and then lovingly, truthfully be accepting and authentic with your body? So another quality of a best friend, it's a good listener. They are confident, you can tell them anything, listen deeply, give you space to speak on what's on your mind, understanding, not only listening, but then they ask you what you need or offer advice, maybe take action based on what you shared. They don't dismiss each other, so a friend is not going to dismiss you. They allow each other to be truly heard and seen. So let's try it with our body. Allow your body to speak to you in many ways. So listen when it tells you it's tired or it's energetic. Take notice when something feels good, maybe something doesn't feel good. Get in touch with your body. Tune into what your gut feelings are. And then don't just listen, but follow through. So the best ways to practice this is to slow down, get quiet, breathe deep, and let go of tension in your body. Ask it questions, see what's up. Allow it to speak to you through feelings and emotions, any physical symptoms, any energetic waves, anything that you're going through. Just start to be in tune with your body and become a good listener for it. How about helpful? This is another quality. You can ask a best friend for help, they'll show up. Whether it's moving, maybe it's a breakup, cramming for a test, dressing your best, they provide advice. They're there for you when you're in a jam. They'll rescue you when you need to be rescued. The best friend's there no matter what. They want what's best for you and are part of the solution. So how do we switch that for our body to be our best friend with this helpful quality? So your body's here for you. Be there for it too. Help it when it needs to rest or go get treatment when it's feeling low. Help it work at its optimal level by fueling it with nourishing food, water. Ask your body to help you make decisions. Learn how to tune into the subtle or not so subtle signs like a gut feeling, a quickening of breath, butterflies in your stomach, a fast heart rate when making decisions. Those are all ways that our body's letting us know and are being helpful to us. Okay, another quality, supportive. So like with a best friend, there's support. They're there for each other in good times and bad. They're going to help you celebrate your wins, console you during losses, encourage each other, pick each other up when they've fallen, say loving and motivating things. They know what they value and how to support them through their goals, right? The friends are going to know how to support each other and know what their goals are. So let's switch that to our body. So use supportive and encouraging language with your body. It's so easy to go to the negative or speak negatively about our body. So switching that concept, how do you support your body and use encouraging language about your body? Instead of berating it, choose uplifting words, compassionately console your body when it's feeling off or upset. Don't forget to support it with good fuel, nourishment, rest, pleasure. Our bodies need support from us. They're best friend in all kinds of ways. So think of some ways that you can support your body. Maybe it's getting a massage, maybe it's taking a nap, maybe it's getting something to eat. So many ways that your body needs support. Adventurous, that is a quality that where best friends are up for anything, right? They get to know you together. You can have fun, take on whatever kind of comes your way, take risks together, try new things, push each other out of your comfort zone, introduce you to new things. How about with our body? Same thing, try something new, something exciting with your body, literally and figuratively, like stretch that. Try a new class, go on a crazy hike, maybe eat a new food, test out a new move, try different clothing, test out a new sexual position. The sky's the limit on this. How can you be adventurous with your body? And then fun, the quality of being fun. Best friends tend to have fun together. Otherwise, they wouldn't be your best friend. It can be serious and deep and be moved to silly and giggly, enjoy each other's company, share, deep belly laughs, crack each other up, even maybe have inside jokes. You can look at your best friend and maybe just have a look, and then something's funny. Remind each other. They can remind each other to ease up, just relax and have fun. So how do you do this fun with your body? Do you enjoy your body's company? How can you two have some fun together? So maybe playing or dancing, moving in a way that just feels good. Put on some music, just move. Wear fun things. Maybe get sassy with your body and try a little solo pleasure. When your body makes an error like falling or dropping something, farting or whatever, something that laugh, giggle with it instead of being ashamed. It's your body, it's natural. Let yourself and your body just hang loose and have fun. How about this? Tough love. So, because best friends know each other so well, they're supportive. They tell it like it is. They can tell it like it is, and sometimes it can be hurtful. Best friends can get real with each other. Their support may not always be a sweet gift or a motivational meme. Sometimes they get tough and they'll call each other out on the BS. They wake up, they wake each other out of the funk. They lovingly remind each other to just snap out of it. So, how do you do this with your body? Let's try it. How can you get real with your body? If it was speaking up to tell you to just snap out of it or wanted to have a real talk with you, what would it say? What do you think your body would say? Perhaps there's a food you're eating that isn't cutting it any longer. Maybe your body's reacting to it. Maybe there's a partner you've been getting busy with and you need to speak up and ask for what feels good. Stop settling for mediocre. Maybe it's calling your BS when you say you're excited for that new job. It may be speaking to you in blunt ways like an upset stomach, dry regions, anxiety. Listen to it. What is your gut and body telling you with a dose of tough love? And then this quality, forgive and apologize. Best friends aren't perfect and they know it. They know when to say, I'm sorry. They know when to ask for forgiveness and when to forgive. They don't hold grudges. They lovingly let go of misunderstandings and look ahead to build more faith and trust with each other. They let go of old stories and fears they have and invite the truth. So let's try it with our body. This may be the last thing on the list, but it's really important to me. Compassionate self-forgiveness is one of the most powerful things you can practice, especially when it comes to your relationship with your body. Are there misunderstandings you're having or judgments that you've made about your body? Can you forgive yourself for buying into those misbeliefs and make room for the truth? So those are some of the 9 qualities of a best friend. And hopefully you can start to view your body as a best friend with some of those tips and trying the techniques. So how do you connect with your body? So a big thing, avoid self-talk that reinforces problematic relationship between exercise and food. That's one way. So if you are thinking, I have to work off that snack, even though I'm exhausted, that's just like setting that negative mindset. It's not really getting that motivation in there. I don't want to work out today, so I can't have that cookie. I'll take that exercise class so I can enjoy my lunch. I ate too much yesterday and I need to work it off. How many of these things have we said to ourselves without really thinking about it? And then how do we learn to listen to our body? So our bodies have a natural desire to move. So if you think about kids, they really enjoy being active, right? And we have, as adults, we force ourselves sometimes to get movement. And it doesn't have to be full on exercise, just movement, some type of movement, whether it's going for a walk, just getting ourselves in a routine or a rhythm, just movement of our body. Giving ourselves permission even to take a day off, rest. It's a simple way of just respecting our body. And it's a way that we're not ignoring our body. Sometimes if we ignore it, it can lead to illness, not just physically, but mentally. If we continue to ignore things, anxiety can build up, depression can build up. But physically, if we continue to push ourselves, maybe we risk injury or getting sick, maybe a cold or different things like that. So just learning to really listen to our body when we need movement, when we need rest. What do we need? Okay. So if we're going back and talking about exercise and weight loss, shifting that mindset, we talked about some negativity earlier. So here are some examples of how to shift it. I'm feeling stressed. I'm going to recharge and relax by taking a walk. I feel empowered using my body to lift weights. I'll take the kids for a bike ride. It'll be a great way to spend time together. I'm angry and want to punch a wall, but I'll take a boxing class instead. Or I love the music in that dance class. It's a great way to spend an hour. So just switching some of that the natural negative thought that comes and flipping it to make it a little more positive. Like, I get to do these things. I don't have to, I get to. And that is the same. So some activities that you can do, take some time to maybe write down, looking at your body. What does my body do for me? There's a typo there, but what does my body do for me? Write down, what does it do? What do I love about my body? What I can do to help my body stay strong, and what's unique about me. So just writing a list, even if they're just bullets, like, what does my body do for me? What do I love about it? What's unique? And what I can do to help my body stay strong. And then another activity that you could do, just again, just bulleting a list, things that make me beautiful, and just jotting them down. With some people that I work with, having it handy, either written down or maybe somewhere on your phone, these bullet lists that you can just kind of reference whenever you're feeling low, or maybe some negative thought creeps in, just going back and being able to go, okay, these are the things that make me beautiful. These are the things that make me strong. These are why my body is amazing. It's done these great things for me. So I have a question for you. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? And I want you to do this activity at some point. It's just a good self-reflection. Looking at the mirror, and what do you see? And I see someone who is. And does your mind automatically list the negative things, or does it automatically list the positive things? Is there one that's harder? Is it harder to list the positive things? And just write down, qualities, the positive qualities. You can write down the negative qualities, but really focus on those positive things. Our mind just automatically can look at faults that we have. And faults are fine. They make us unique. They make us beautiful. So how do you switch those faults into embracing them and looking at that and switching it to a positive? Sometimes we just need to let it go. Sometimes we get upset over things we can't change or control. And it can help to tell ourselves, let it go. Is there something that maybe you need to let go of? Some view or image of yourself that you have? Is there something that you really need to let go? And then just a final video here that Selena Gomez did recently. And I just love her attitude on what she tells the public.
Honestly, I don't care about my weight because people bitch about it anyway. You're too small. You're too big. That doesn't fit. I am perfect the way I am.
Selena Gomez has a message for all the body shamers out there.
Moral of the story? Bye.
On Sunday, the 29-year-old actress called out the haters who feel the need to comment on her weight, posting this TikTok about a recent fast food order.
So I be trying to stay skinny. But I went to Jack in the Box and I got 4 tacos, 3 egg rolls, and things. It's like,
Anyone else like starving all of a sudden?
oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
And listen, if anyone has a problem with Selena, she has this to say.
I don't care about my weight because people bitch about it anyway. You're too small. You're too big. That doesn't fit. I am perfect the way I am.
In some,
Moral of the story? Bye.
so confident, comfortable, and I feel great when I never felt in my whole life. I feel comfortable in my skin, And the message still wasn't clear. Sal followed up that post, lip syncing to Rhapsody by Tyga. Of course, Selena is all about doing what she's got to do to protect herself.
I like to choose to live my life in a way where I want to be weight free. I think it is important to kind of go through your life the way you want it.
Back in January, the former Disney star opened up to InStyle magazine about social media, admitting that Instagram was dangerous for her, adding that at one point it became her whole world and she never felt pretty enough. So she decided to quit.
I'm constantly somebody that likes to grow and feel like, all right, what could I be better at? What could I do better at? Where could my confidence be stronger?
Quote, I created a system where I still don't have my password, and the unnecessary hate and comparison went away once I put my phone down. I'll have moments where that weird feeling will come back, but now I have a much better relationship with myself,
My personal life and my family, and I'm really happy place. It's been good.
and she elaborated about all that earlier this month during a chat with Good Morning America.
I've been on the internet for 4.5 years. It has changed my life completely. I'm happier. I am more present. I connect more with people. It makes me feel normal. It was the right decision for me.
And all that self-love seems to be paying off.
I am so
Hi, I'm Selena Gomez.
I'm Steve Martin. Let's do the kid. Hi, Martin. You're probably wondering.
Okay. Just a couple more prompts before we wrap up. Maybe if you want to take a screenshot of it and try it on your own at another time, just some, if you like to journal, some prompts here. So maybe one of them, 5 things that made me feel peaceful today. I felt proud of myself when I enjoyed whatever you enjoyed that day. Another prompt, my best attribute is 3 unique things about me are. I feel most proud of myself when. Another prompt, my family admire me for. 5 small successes I had today were. The highlights of my day was. And then another prompt, I'm excited for. 5 things or people I feel thankful for are. I am in my element when. And then the last journal prompt, 5 ways my life is awesome. My biggest success this week was, and I feel best about myself when. So these are just some prompts that kind of help you get thinking. And then surround yourself with positive affirmations. Maybe write things on sticky notes or the mirror, favorite quotes, favorite inspirations. Just surround yourself with these types of positive affirmations. Invest in self-care, whatever that looks like for you. Getting massages, treating yourself to a fancy dinner once a month, getting more nap time in on certain days, whatever that looks like, maybe whatever your self-care is. Avoid comparison. That's a big one. Maybe it's like Selena Gomez, she said she turns off her social media. Maybe it's that, maybe you are posting and promoting something for work and then turn it off, turn off the notifications. Don't go back and read certain things. Just avoid looking at other people that you're thinking of and comparing yourself to. And then this one, identify your triggers. What are your triggers? So let's talk about what are your triggers, where your critical thoughts come from. So just 2 things. One, increasing your awareness of this self-critical talk. So really begin tapping into your self-awareness. So take some deep breaths. When you realize that your inner critic is starting to do the talking, maybe it's when you're unsuccessful at something, pay attention to what that self-talk sounds like. Are there specific core phrases that you tend to say to yourself? How does that negative voice sound? And then taking action to soften that critical voice. So try changing that mental tone you're using and take on a more positive one you might use when you're feeling good about who you are. Try to come up with terms with what exactly it is that you're being self-critical about. Is there something you might learn from this criticism if it were presented more constructively instead? And then finally, some resources, a few books on here that you might find beneficial. And then I put up the National Eating Disorder website. We didn't go into eating, that's a whole other section, but it could affect body and self-esteem and all of that. So there's resources there. And then your Fat Friend reading list is a great resource to have different things to read when you're feeling maybe negative about your body. And it doesn't have to be if you're fat, it just is good to have positive resources to refer to. And then finally, thank you so much. This was a photo shoot that I did on Monday, really learning to embrace my body. So personally, just being the largest I've ever been, but really going, okay, this is who I am, and just embracing our body. So I struggle with it as well. I know we all do, but just learning to love our body. It's just, it's a gift, and it's something that we really need to work on. So I just feel passionate about this topic and just really admire what you guys do. And I know everyone struggles with this. So thank you for taking the time to hear me. And if you need anything further, reach out to Pineapple Support.
Hi, Danielle. I just wanted to say you look so fierce in that photo.
Thank
look
you.
Yeah, that looks amazing. So good photo shoot.
Thank you.
And obviously you've covered a lot of topics here today, and there was a couple of issues with the videos that you put on that you couldn't hear it very well. So if you wouldn't mind sharing the links in the chat so that people can get online and have a look at those if they wanted to look at them separately. And also, while you're there, obviously put in your handle so they can get hold of you if they wanted to. Obviously, if you want to see Danielle in a therapy respect, then you can contact us via pineapplesupport.org. But otherwise, some people want to reach out in other ways, shape or forms. If you've got anything that you're happy to give out, then that would be great. If not, then don't worry about it. But as someone who is fairly loud on a general basis, people don't assume that I've got self-confidence issues. And I am working hard in most of those categories that you've put up tonight to try and sort myself out. But I always find I have to have quick fixes there. So the lists, because you going to the gym all the time and trying to get yourself sorted, it's not going to turn around in a day, is it?
Right.
So you have to work with it a bit. Now I'm a nightmare because I normally find that I get my slumps as soon as I get out of the shower. So you get out you're feeling quite good when you get out of the shower, and then you catch a glimpse, and some days you might be like, you look good, and then other days you're like, no, that's not what I want to look like. Right. And music is a quick fix for me, because if you put on sort of motivating tracks, it just uplifts me, and then I sort of can get myself out my funk a bit. But my friend also always says that you've just got to get your strut on, so however you feel, strut it out, and hopefully you'll feel a bit better afterwards.
That's awesome that what works for you.
Yeah, my little thing. But is there anyone out there that has any questions or wants to direct anything to Danielle at present? Olivia, you give it a little minute just to see if anyone says hi. If not, then you can always contact us at a later date if you don't want to put anything public. And like I say, it's pineapplesupport.org. You can also reach out to us via Instagram or Twitter. We are on all handles, so you can contact us. And obviously, Danielle has actually done previous seminars and webinars for us, which can also be viewed on our YouTube channel. So please do feel free to head over there and have a look and get a little bit to know Danielle a bit better. But I don't think we've got any questions coming through at the moment, Danielle, so I might.
Thank you so much. I'll put the links in. I'll close my video, but I'll put the links in, and then.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks, Danielle. Bye-bye.